And I'm late to the Notre Dame party, but when I heard about this building that was burning, okay, yes, it's sad because there's a lot of history in that building. It was a great accomplishment for the time during which it was built. It has a lot of sentimental value to a lot of people. All of these things are very true, yes. However, in the days following the fire, all of a sudden there is all this money coming out of like everywhere to rebuild the cathedral. And it to me is like such a sad but accurate representation of our priorities. Look at how much attention this has garnered across news stations and across social media. It is a huge story. Everyone's talking about it. Everyone, everywhere in the world has heard about this and they're talking about it. And people are sending money, and some rich French guy donated something like 200 million euros, just this one guy, towards the rebuilding of the building. Now, I'm not saying don't rebuild it. I'm saying, what the fuck is wrong with us? How is something that is, it doesn't have feelings, it doesn't feel hunger, it doesn't feel pain, it's just a building. Why does it get so much attention when on my Facebook feed, in the local groups that I'm in, I see 10, 20, 30, sometimes I see in one day, I see hundreds of different posts of people who are in so much pain, of animals who were rescued from such disgusting circumstances, of crimes that were committed, atrocious things that we do to each other, of how many people living in poverty. If I go to town to buy groceries, I drive past literal shanty towns, people living in shacks where they have built their house from mud and from rusted pieces of metal and from bits of wood that they chop down illegally in close by forests. A little like 5 by 5 meter house that very often houses an entire family. And I'm not talking about mother, father, and 2 kids. I'm talking about mom, dad, sister, brother, grandparents of both parents, plus like 5 kids, all in this one little building. There's no toilet in it. There is no electricity in it, and some of them do have electricity, and some of it is legal. A lot of it is, however, not legal, which means that it's a fire hazard because it's been wired by someone who is not a certified electrician, and the wiring is faulty, and there are a lot of fires every year in townships that kill people because of badly wired electrical cables and things. Anyway, this is just what I see on one route that I take into town if I want to buy groceries. If I take a different route, I drive past a different shanty town, which also has thousands of houses and thousands of families living in squalor. There's no work. A lot of the people are illiterate, or functionally illiterate. They can write their own name and they can write a shopping list, and that's kind of about it. So, what the fuck priorities do we have? Why is the building important and life isn't? Why do we value each other so lowly that is what we choose to give our time, our attention, our emotions, and our money to? I mean, it is no wonder that the world is the way it is. It really is no wonder, because while we have so much potential and so much capacity to do such great things, it's like, where does it all go? Why are we not diverting and using our abilities and our capacity for good? to do things like solve the distribution of food to everyone so that everyone can have decent food. I mean, seriously, it's not that fucking hard. It's a simple issue. It's a simple solution. We overcomplicate it because now, oh no, you can't give food to people who don't have money and who can't pay for food, because then it's going to just perpetuate this enabling system where they will never ever do anything with their lives. Well, you know what? Fuck that. Really and truly, just fuck that. That would be a valid argument in a different world. The world is not that way. People in South Africa work harder than you have probably ever worked in your life every single day, and they get paid minimum wage. The laborers here get paid enough to feed one person in a month. Well, and they're most of the time the only person working in their entire extended family, and they're supporting everyone. So, where are your priorities? Where are my priorities? Those are the things that we have direct control over. What are you giving attention to? What are you sharing on social media? What do you talk to? What do you talk about when you're talking to people? How do you prioritize things in your life? What's important to you? These are the things that we have direct control over. These are the things that we directly can change and influence. And obviously, I'm not going to change the world. You're not going to change the world. But we might be able to change a few people around us, and they might be able to change a few more, and so on and so forth. Each individual person has to change the way that they live in order to create a significant impact on the global state of life on Earth. The same goes for things like pollution and education and community spirit and being good to each other. Start living it in your life. Start being the change. That's the least that we can do, the very, very least. Okay, my rant is over. Thank you very much for watching. You're going to see me next time.